let's interpret slope as a rate of change. Now, what is slope? Well, slope is a constant rate of change, and I generally say over time, because things happen and they happen over and over and over, but it's always constant. So we either add 5, add 5, add 5, add 5, or maybe we subtract 12, subtract 12, subtract 12. It doesn't matter what it is. Adding or subtracting, constantly, same value each time. Now, we often call slope value of m for some reason, and I like to say it's the change in y values. Sometimes people call this the output over the change in x values, or the input. So if you think about ordered pairs are x and y. So if I would have, let's just call this x1, y1, and then I have an ordered pair, we'll call it x2, y2. We would want to find the change in the y values in the numerator, and then the change in the x values in the denominator, and this would allow us our slope. So we often will say y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, right? Change in y over change in x. Change implies subtraction because you're finding the difference. Change is the difference. Let's do some examples. The population of a city was 1,200 in 2010 and 180,000 in 2015. What is the slope and what does that mean? All right, well, I always like to say time of 0. So we're going to say in 2010, time is 0 because that's our initial time. So that means order pair time of 0 has a population of 120,000. Now that means in 2015, time would be 5, right? Because it's 5 years after 2010. So I would have in time 5, my population is 180,000. You could use the actual years if you want. Anytime I can when I'm dealing with time, I like to give like a starting point. My starting point is always at time 0. Right? You hear sometimes people talk about ground zero. That's where something initiated. Same idea. It's the starting point. Starting point is ground 0, time 0. So 2010 is our starting point, so that's time 0. Okay, so to find our slope, remember y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So you can label these. This is x1, y1, x2, y2. It doesn't matter which one is x1, y1, x2, y2. You could reverse them. You would get the exact same answer, just FYI. Okay, so let's go ahead and plug these in. So y2 is 180,000. Y1 is 120,000. The big thing is that if I start with 180,000 in the numerator, I have to start with 5 in the denominator. So we always want the ordered pairs to be right on top of each other. That's the big key. Okay, so let's go ahead and subtract. 180,000 minus 120,000 is 60,000, and 5 minus 0 is 5, which is 12,000. So this is our slope. Now, what does that mean? Well, our population is increasing, right? So the meaning of this is that the population increased 12,000 people per year starting in 2010. 2010 was time 0, right? That's when it started. So it's really, really important that if you're giving your sentence of what this means, that you include that. You can't just forget about it and say it doesn't really matter, but you want to say, we started in 2010, so the population increased this much per year, because we're talking about years, per year since 2010. Let's do another one. You have $450 in your savings account, and you choose to save $50 each week from your paycheck. What is the slope, and what does it mean? Okay, so remember, slope is the constant change. Slope is constant change. So if I think about you have $450 in your account, is that a change? No, that's what's in my account. That's our starting point. That's the initial value. We're saving $50 each week. So week 1, we add $50 to our account. In week 2, we add $50 to our account. In week 3, we add $50 to our account, right? Every week we add $50. That means the slope is 50. Now, what does that mean? That means each week my account increases by $50. Our time period, right? Change over time. Each week, that 50, and we have a $50 increase. And I know it's increased because we're saving it. So that means my account balance is going up. And that's interpreting slope as a rate of change.